Alright folks, tonight got a quick video here. A viewer by the name of Carl Moore asked a question on my video about how to clean my Heritage Rough Rider Part 1. He asked a question on that. He was wanting to know information about the holster. Said would be interested in info about your holster, thanks. And I said I'll have a video out soon. That was 6 days ago. But that was before we went out long range shooting and squirrel hunting. Basically all week last week, and I've been pretty tired from that and just did not have the time to get out or get the old Heritage out and do a video on the holster for it. Okay. So the holster on my Heritage Rough Rider here comes from Uncle Mike's. It's called the Sidekick. It's a size 3. Uncle Mike's holsters. Sidekick, size 3. And it's got a belt loop here, as you can see, where you can either run your belt all the way through, right in here, all the way through, or you can loop it between these plastic parts here on the belt loop. And then it's got a clip here that goes over the firearm, and it's kept in with a clip here, a retaining clipper. It just clicks together and you keeps the firearm pretty secure. I will say that it does do a very good job, because there's not any wobble with the, I mean, when I do that, when I'm sitting here doing this with my revolver in it, it only goes back and forth inside the holster just a wee bit. See, what else does it have? Oh, it's got that. It's a pretty simple holster. My dad, he did add a leather loop down here on it, so it could tie to the leg or something, I do believe, or he could have it affixed to a pack. I'm not really sure why he put a leather loop on it. Maybe to hang like paracord or something off of it. Or leather. I'm not sure. And it seems he had a issue here. It may have ripped or something right there. He put electric tape around it. Or he may have done that to make it tougher. I'm not sure. See, this holster did not originally belong to me, and I am not certain what handgun it went to before I owned it. It may have went to the Ruger Government Mark II that we own, because this Heritage Rough Rider, while the Heritage Rough Rider, my Heritage Rough Rider fits in it really good, it's kind of, it just feels a little odd in there, and it definitely was not made for a single action army style revolver. As you can see here, over time the ejector rod has started to make a bulge right there on the side of the barrel, so it was not made for a single action army. But I am not sure what type of firearm. I know it was judging by how it fits my single action army, it was made for a revolver. And my dad may have kept his 629 in it, a 44 Magnum Smith & Wesson in it before he got another holster for it. It may have went to that Smith that I've got. I'll go get it, do a comparison here. Alright, here is my Smith & Wesson Model 17-3. It's got its own old-fashioned leather holster that it came with. I do believe my grandpa had this holster with this revolver, and then he gave it to my dad. I just like the look of this holster with this revolver better. So let's do some switching here and see what it looks like, or see if this holster was meant for this this revolver here. Alright, I'm going to take the Heritage Rough Rider single action army out of the Uncle Mike's holster. She is unloaded. As you can see, no bullet in the cylinder. Set the single action aside. Take my Smith & Wesson Model 17-3 out of its leather holster, its original leather holster here. As you can see, it is unloaded as well. Let's see if it'll fit in this Uncle Mike's size 3 Sidekick here. Yep. So that's what it was originally intended for. If it fits like a glove, there is absolutely no wiggle in the holster at all with my 17-3. So that's what it was. That's what the size 3 was made for. This was made for like a medium, or well, I wouldn't say this is a medium frame. Smith & Wesson, probably just a standard frame, because I do believe this has a 6 or 5 inch barrel. I am not familiar on the different frames for the Smith & Wessons. I have a Smith & Wesson, but I don't look at them as often as I do, say, like 1911s and CZ75s. But this is a moderately sized frame Smith & Wesson. This is kind of like a standard size. I'd actually really like to have a 357 or a 38 special with this kind of size of frame with the barrel. I'm getting sidetracked here, but that is what this holster here was made for. It was meant for a sized frame Smith & Wesson as my 17-3. So I hope I was able to help you out, Carl Moore. It's a very simple, basic holster. I'm not even sure if Uncle Mike's makes this this type anymore, the Sidekick size 3. But it'll fit both my revolvers, both my my Heritage Rough Rider 22 long rifle single action Army will fit in it, and then oops, bumped it. And then my Smith & Wesson Model 17-3 22 will fit into it. So it will fit both my revolvers. It's the fit. Like with this gun, I can bury it down in there really good. With the Smith & Wesson, I can bury it down in there real good. There's no no wobble, no play. And it will fit my Heritage real good too. It will fit it, but as you can see, like when it's not strapped in, there's a little play in there. So just strap him in. Just like back and forth, up and down's not a big problem, but side to side wiggle like this, it does that pretty bad. But it keeps the Heritage in there, and that's what I use it for my Heritage Rough Rider, because I prefer, for my Smith, I prefer the leather holster here. I don't think it's, I don't think my leather holster's custom made, but it's got the Smith & Wesson 2136 symbol on it right there, if you all can see that. So this came from the Smith & Wesson factory, if that's an indication of that. But I prefer this old leather holster for my Smith. That fits like a glove, and it just looks good. If you guys have, those of you who watch this, if you guys have seen any of my fixed blade knives, my 2K bars and my Ontario Air Force survival knife, you guys will know that I prefer the leather look, you know, leather wood grips, or in the case of my two knives, leather sheath and leather wrapped handle on the knives. But I prefer the old style, you know, wood grip leather holster style look with my stuff. And one of these days, should firearms not be outlawed here in the coming month, I will get a leather holster for this gun too. I'd say I'll look around, so that way it's a better lockup, and you know, it's just something that I prefer. But until then, until I get a leather holster for it, I'll continue to use this Uncle Mike's size 3 Sidekick. I may just end up keeping this because it's a rudimentary holster that don't have a whole lot of features. It's just your plain Jane, put on your belt and go out the door that day type of holster. And that's what it does best, you know. Just put your gun in there, clip it in, put it on your belt, and go on about your way. There's no whistles, no bells, none of that. Just flip that open, and you're ready to go. So I'll continue to wear, or well, not wear, but continue to keep my Heritage Rough Rider in this one until someday maybe I find another more suitable holster, in which case I could foresee myself, if I end up with a semi-automatic of some kind and I end up with a leather holster for the Heritage Rough Rider, and I don't want to use this holster on the Heritage Rough Rider anymore, I could probably see myself keeping like a standard model of the CZ75 in this. You know, not the SPO1, because I want an SPO1, but I'm talking like just the regular plain Jane model of the CZ75. I want one of them too, but I'd probably keep it in this holster with black grips, just to, you know, just to go with it, you know. I've got plans, I've got ideas, and the list of firearms that I want is pretty big. We just gotta see how this political nonsense goes. But in the way of firearms, I've got what I've got, and I can use what I've got pretty good. You know, I know all of them like the back of my hand, with the exception of maybe one or two in my collection that I just haven't got around to shooting a whole lot. But I can't really worry about that now. Ammo is, it just is what it is. But anyway, Carl Moore, hope I was able to help you out. Hope you enjoyed the video. The handgun video should be next, should we not have anything else come up, or I have no other videos I record in between. And when I find time, I'll have the two most recent handgun videos up, and have them up for viewing on YouTube. Well, anyway, guys, I'll see you all in the next video.